A very good morning and welcome to the Friday edition of the ICU TV Breakfast show. And sincere apologies for that, as it was due to technical errors. And I am your host, Amisha Kinjakwa Edgars.
A lovely morning indeed. I'm your host, Amina Mutambo, and once again, welcome you to the Friday edition of the ICU TV Breakfast show, where we unwrap the headline pick, the story pick, and after that, we go on to our health and nutrition and fitness segment, and we cross over onto the sports segment, and we wrap it up with the what's trending on social media.
And of course, today promises to be bigger, brighter, and yes, stronger than any other Friday, because we have a lot to unpack. And just on the headlines, we have President Hainde Hichilema pushes for tighter audits and accelerated PPP projects. Nearly 200,000 youths are trained under the CDF skills programs, and police act over misleading a Facebook image. More on the other side. Stay tuned.
We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
the best graduating students, masters in the School of Humanities.
From Lusaka to the world, we stand tall and strong.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We're rising high with education.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance. Qualifications: National Registration Card NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you're having a lovely morning as we are happy to host to the ICU TV Breakfast show today, and we get right into our story pick today. President Hakainde Hichilema has called for stronger internal audit systems and greater accountability in the use of public funds. Speaking at a swearing-in ceremony at State House, he directed Controller of Internal Audit, Jamie Mokua, to close procurement loopholes and ensure irregularities are detected early through thorough and impartial audits. He said sound financial management is key to sustaining free education, school feeding programs, and public sector employment. The president also urged newly appointed Director General of Public-Private Partnerships, Andisea Lenga to speed up project delivery. He said government implement major road projects without overburdening national treasury and emphasized the need to move more infrastructure projects off the government balance sheet through innovative financing. Let's hear more.
Yeah. Vice President, you didn't see me in a coffin and you came to pay homage. I was in a coffin. so I said, but how does somebody circulate anything like that? What's the pleasure there? Where is it? So I think find a way, the media, because we've given you self-regulation, find a way to say when things like that come out, you quickly put a system technically that says fake, isn't it? But in Parliament, I promised people of Zambia, we may be working slowly, but we're coming. And last week, This week, actually, something was effected, and more will be done. I said we may.
You are still watching the ICU TV's Breakfast Show today, Friday, the 27th day of the second month of 2026. We continue with the stories coming up is government's constituency development fund skills development bursary has empowered nearly 200,000 young people with vocational skills since 2022. Now 198,559 youths supported have received training in high-demand trades, including heavy equipment operation, welding, electrical installation, mechanics, agriculture, and construction. The first 100 million kwacha tranche of 2026 has been released and new intakes are underway nationwide. The skills acquired are benefiting Zambia's growing industries such as mining, agriculture, construction, and entrepreneurship, demonstrating community-level empowerment.
And now, the Zambia Police Service has detained Mainza Makobela, a 34-year-old general worker at Matero Secondary School, for unlawful trespass after he climbed a 45-meter communication tower on school premises. The incident was reported by head teacher Miss Bernadette Mufalo when she discovered Makobela at the top of the tower. Officers working with the fire brigade responded and safely brought him down. We have more details in the following report.
The arrows fans are doing, they are throwing stones, throwing stones at the power dynamos fans. Look at the organism that we refuse in the game of football. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Every tukane vareposa mawe. Vareposa mawe. Organism tukane yine. This is what has happened. Bankoloma Stadium. Amasapota ba arozi vareposa mawe. Maimon. Organism tukane yine. Organism in the game of football.
Well, that is a story coming from Matero, but think of it. What could have been the problem for somebody to just, get the energy to climb the tower? You want to reach the top and then you know.
And I believe he was working on the very day because he's been an employee of the school for 12 years now.
Yeah.
But it's been reported that he's been having disputes with staff over there. So question is what might have prompted him to want to attempt suicide.
Exactly, but you know what? There is always better ways of, resolving conflicts. And I love the fact that the Matero Member of Parliament, Honorable Miles Sampa, was there to just offer solidarity. And he was one of the people that, had to convince him to just calm down. And you should have seen the faces of the wife and kids at the scene. Like, what is that doing to the mindset of the innocent kids?
I think it's something that's very traumatizing, and it leaves a dent in the kids' minds, because imagine seeing someone so dearly, someone you look up to, 45 meters up in the sky. I think that's something very, very sad. So as we go through whatever we're going through, remember you can always talk to someone. Don't end up doing things that are regrettable or will cost other people. So talk to someone. You're sad, you're feeling depressed, talk to someone. Do something that helps you. If at all a walk is going to help you relieve your mind, if talking to friends, going out for at least a drink or two, please do so. We do not want to lose lives.
Exactly, and let's remember to be kind to one another. You might not know what the person next to you is going through, so you wouldn't want to be the reason as to why somebody must just resort to the very, very worst scenario. And right about now we have more stories on the other side, but let's take a short break.
We kickstart your day with our headline pick with the top stories making news.
Then we go deeper in our story pick, where we break down issues that matter the most to you.
From the Health Desk, we share simple tips to keep you healthy and informed.
For Classic Fitness Minute to get your body moving before the day begins.
And trending now, what's hot on social media?
Hello Zambia, my name is Amina Mutambo.
And I am Moluwa Eric J. Mwanamajende, and we bring to your screens the ICU TV Breakfast Show.
We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
Are the best graduating students, masters in the School of Humanities.
won't be denied. From Lusaka to the world, we stand tall and strong.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We're rising high with education.
Thank you so much for still staying tuned to ICU TV's Breakfast Show. And just now we continue with the story. Police in Lusaka have charged and arrested Mambo Zimba for the offense of transmission of deceptive electronic communication. Mr. Zimba was apprehended following a joint operation conducted by the Zambia Police Service with other law enforcement agencies. Police Deputy Public Relations Officer Chipo Katisha says Mr. Zimba, in his capacity as administrator for a page, transmitted a deceptive, misleading electronic image on a Facebook page known as Zambia for All 2026, falsely depicting President Hichilema in a casket. Now, Ms. Katisha says the publication is false and misleading to members of the public, both within and outside the country. She said the suspect remains in police custody and is expected to appear in court soon. Let's hear more.
The suspect was apprehended, of course, following a joint operation conducted by the Zambia Police Service with other law enforcement agencies. It is alleged that on February 22, 2026, Mambo Zimba, in the capacity as a page administrator, transmitted a deceptive and misleading electronic media on a Facebook page known as Zambia for All 2026. Falsely depicting the Republican President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, lying in a coffin. The publication is alleged to have been false and misleading to the members of the public, both within and outside the country. The suspect remains in police custody, awaiting court appearance.
From this story, I think this is very sad that a citizen would do such a thing, as in our current president put in a coffin.
Exactly, like, where do you get the courage? You know, we understand we're in a digital era, but, you know, certain things should just be a no-go area.
And with the emerging use of AI, I think let's be careful with how we use it. And remember, we have the Cyber Security Act that was implemented. So if you use the internet carelessly, you will be brought to book.
And please, let's be mindful, even as we are using, you know, certain things. Let's just forget the fact that he's the Republican president. He is someone's father. What is that doing to the family? That's some level of disrespect. And I love the fact that I saw a number of public figures like Alice Rollins Musukwa. Shout out to you for calling out that behavior. You know, that is so uncalled for. Please refrain
from any cyber-related crimes. And now Sylvia Mutaba has been sentenced to 15 years imprisonment for manslaughter in the death of her husband. She has apologized to the nation for her actions. Through her lawyers, Kayukwa Nyimbili and Okiro Ouma, the 52-year-old also extended her apology to the family of her late husband, George Kalaba, whose skeletal remains were discovered in January 2025. Mr. Kalaba, popularly known as Bazanako, fell ill in June 2023 and died in November the same year, but his death was concealed for over a year. The court heard that Miss Mutaba chose to pray for him at home instead of seeking for medical attention. His remains were kept in the house until January 2025, when police forced the door open and discovered the half-covered skeleton on a neatly made bed. Meshek.
I think it's the courage in a whole wrong situation.
It is, because this is not just a corpse, but before it was a corpse, this was someone, this was a husband and a father to her kids.
And you decide to conceal her death?
Wow.
Just wow. And I think this will set as an example to would-be offenders. Please, whatever it is, there is always a better way to just handle certain things.
Indeed,
and
there is.
According to the story you've just read, she said she chose to pray for him at home.
And one thing on that, when someone is sick, indeed prayer is powerful, it works, but there are situations that require medical attention. When you see your family members, your friends, your loved ones are not feeling well, let's ensure to take them to the hospitals for checkups and pray for them while we do so.
I love the fact that you've made mention of the fact that prayer goes hand in hand with the medical treatment. Well, we continue with the breakfast show stories. Coming up right now is the Energy Regulation Board, ERB, has attributed the faster depletion of prepaid electricity units to increased power consumption following improved electric supply across the country. Now, this was disclosed during the first quarter media engagement for 2026 officiated by Director General Mr. Elijah Sichone. The board clarified that there has been no increase in electricity tariffs since November 2025 after the approval of a ZESCO limited application to the end of October 2025. The regulator dismissed suggestions of external influence in tariff adjustments, stating that tariff determination remains strictly its mandate. Now, this is the issue of power, and I'm someone who is experiencing it. Tell me why last night I decided to get ZESCO units worth 50 kwacha, and I'm getting 10 units.
Oh, you got 10. Just the other day I tried to buy, you know how power just cuts and they're doing something, so you just want to finish it. I buy 20 kwacha units just to finish what I'm doing, and I was given 3 units.
Good Lord, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. We sincerely appeal to the ERB to look into it, because
no, but the ERB has clarified that there has been no tariff increase. Instead, because we have enough power supply and everyone is having access to power now, because I think load shedding is an issue of the past now.
But it's still not marrying with the fact that you get power for how much?
Usually at the end of the month, power for like 250 is enough.
Exactly.
Yes.
But how are you getting less units?
No, when you get power at the end of the month or in the first week of the month, you have enough units at least. But then when it's towards the end of the month, that's when I think the units are reduced. So also the ERB has urged media to get verified information from them before it is published. You're still watching the Friday edition of the ICU TV Breakfast Show. We take a short break. Coming up, we move on to the health and nutrition segment.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance, qualifications, National Registration Card NRC, Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Thank you for still staying with us. You're watching the Friday edition of the ICU TV Breakfast Show. And now on our health, nutrition, and fitness segment, we look at the 6 simple daily hacks of longevity. Mishek, what are some of the things individuals can do to help,
Yeah, and I think our viewers can agree with us because there is something just appearing on your screens right now. One of the things that people underestimate is the importance of just making love to the sunlight.
Vitamin
It's morning
D.
time and you just want to be indoors. You are missing out on that important vitamin D.
Vitamin D is very important for your body. So ensure you get some vitamin D. Not when you wake up, you want to be out of bed at 11, 12. No, that sun is dangerous. Ensure you get the vitamin D that's from between 7 up to 9. That one is healthy. And also hydrating. I
Very
think in the
important.
last weeks we've been talking of water. Hydration is very important. As we know, 70% of our bodies are made of fluids. So let's ensure to hydrate in the morning when you wake up. I know you'll be saying, just when I wake up, I want breakfast. But let's ensure to drink water. It's important that we drink water as we kickstart our day. It's important.
And indeed, it is very important. Another item is the importance of just having timely meals. Make sure if you're supposed to eat let's say, every 12 hours, you're supposed to have your lunch. Please make sure you get to have your lunch and have it in a correct proportion. Please don't eat as though you are eating for the very last time, because an excess of everything is not good. The funny thing about the body is the body will always reject anything that it doesn't want. It will only
Yes,
take
it will.
a reasonable amount.
Talking of timely eating, we have smart nutrition. On smart nutrition, this is where we talk of a balanced diet. How well is your balanced diet? Is your plate consisting of the carbs, the proteins, the minerals, the vitamins? Are you having that on your plate? Let's ensure to always have a balanced diet. At least if you're eating, our staple foods, maize, kawali, shima, 5 finger, which is very important. You have the carbs there, some vegetables. We also have some proteins if you're going to make use of meat or some eggs. Yes, let's try to balance it. At least if we can't have all the 7, at least we have 3, 4 to balance it.
Definitely, and never, I say never, never. How many times did I say that? 3 times. Never underestimate the power of a good sleep. During sleep time, that's when the body just, repairs some worn out tissues and, your brain is at rest. So please, 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 for your own sake, don't be someone who is saying, no, me, I do not sleep. Sleep is important. The nutrition, the meals, the sunlight, and everything. Our bodies are machines that are based on a certain type of lifestyle, and sleep shouldn't be deleted from that.
Not just sleep, but 8 hours of sleep. Good 8 hours of sleep. And also, let's practice mindful chewing. I think this is something
that
that's
one.
to kokole on this one.
How to kokole?
Chewing, like eating as you eat, as you chew. Practice mindful chewing. Remember, sometimes you're seated with your friends. Ensure you chew slowly, nice and slowly, because the food has to mix with the saliva and go down to your stomach. So as you chew, ensure that you chew nice and slowly, and also chew with a closed mouth. The sound is very irritating and just not nice to see when one is eating. So let's ensure to we've given out 6. One is good sleep,
Mhm.
timely meals,
Timely meals,
hydrating,
morning
balanced
sunlight.
diet, yes, and also sunlight. So let's ensure to at least do, if not all of them is recommended. If you cannot manage to do all of them, at least 4 or 5 is enough.
Very, very important. And let me just re-echo the chewing, because digestion is a stage that begins from chewing. So you do not want to chew, you disturb the next person, or please, 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 please. And onto the fitness, we have a few things that you need to make sure that you're doing. And people feel or assume fitness should be some enormous gym
going to the
thing, going to
gym.
the gym, even just walking. You walk maybe a good two
At least 5.
two
You
to
do
5
not have to
kilometers.
go to the gym.
Exactly.
Just walking. Walking is part of you keeping fit. If you can do some simple rope jumping, just anything, a little jog around your house. You do not have to go for a road run. You don't have to go to the gym. You can still do it at the comfort of your home, in your yard. You can go around the house and just keep fit.
Exactly, and this is going to drive us. We want luxury, we want the comfort of our cars, listening to good music in an AC, but please let that car rest for a bit and just walk, because it's important to just make sure that your blood moves.
You're still watching the Friday edition of the ICU TV Breakfast Show. We go on a break. Coming up is what's trending on social media.
We kickstart your day with our headline pick with the top stories making news.
Then we go deeper in our story pick, where we break down issues that matter the most to you.
From the Health Desk, we share simple tips to keep you healthy and informed.
For Classic Fitness Minute, to get your body moving before the day begins.
Trending now. What's hot on social media?
Hello Zambia, my name is Amina Mutambo.
And I am Moluwa Eric J. Mwanamajende, and we bring to your screens the ICU TV Breakfast Show.
And now we get to the interesting part, Mishek's favorite part of the show.
And one viewer's favorite part of the show. And believe me, it is packed.
What's trending on social media. And the first one, we have Paramount Chief Mpezeni, the fourth of the Ngoni people, will ride in his Mercedes Maybach GLS 600 during this year's Nchala ceremony, which will be held over the weekend.
Maybach.
GLS 600.
Black Maybach.
In color. I think this is one of the classic chiefs we have.
I know, right? I mean,
let's take a look.
That is what is happening at the Nchala ceremony, and as Amina just made mention of the fact that our chief is classic, and I think he's setting an example to would-be chiefs and kings.
Indeed, he is, because just starting from his outfits, and this is this is one of the standout cars that he's showing up at the Nchala in. He's had a good collection of the cars during the Nchala ceremonies, as it is one of the biggest ceremonies celebrated in the country.
It's a big ceremony, and it will see delegates from beyond Zambia, and this is what we are seeing in the pictures on your screens, and it's important, and as it is a source of income. We've got tourists coming in to just see this, and let's take interest, because it is such activities that remind us of who we are. That day, we are Zambians.
We are Zambians.
Definitely. And on the other side, we have President Haile Hichilema reacting to the AI picture of him in a casket. Let's take a look.
Yeah,
Vice President, you didn't see me in a coffin and you came to pay homage. I was in a coffin. so I said, but how does somebody circulate anything like that? What's the pleasure there? Where is it? So I think find a way, the media, because we've given you self-regulation, find a way to say when things like that come out, you quickly put a system technically that says fake, isn't it? But in Parliament, I promised people of Zambia, we may be working slowly, but we're coming. And last week.
And now some football fans have sustained injuries at the Nkoloma Stadium following chaos that erupted after a tense Zambian Super League encounter between Red Arrows FC and Power Dynamos that ended in a goalless draw. We've seen some pictures rolling, so that's a very sad happening that you go to the stadium to watch a match in excitement and come back home injured.
We are one Zambia, one nation, one game, and one people. Let's not resort to violence. Why should we end up shedding people's blood because we've recorded a goalless match?
I mean, let's just celebrate. Yeah, football is that's just how football is. It's deeply rooted in people. So a loss is something that makes people sad, but resorting to violence is clearly not the solution. And this reading, we take a short break and we join us on the sports side.
This is the ICU TV's Breakfast show today, Friday, the 27th day of the second month of February 2026. And right about now, we are delving deeper into the sports story. The Copper Queens held a training session ahead of their semi-final clash against Namibia today. Assistant coach Charles Haluano had all players in camp, including Rhoda Chileshe, who has been cleared by medics after an injury during last week's training. Now the team is focusing on final tactics and match preparation to ensure peak performance for the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Women's Championship. And fans and media have been shown some of the training in women's captured by the first media team, giving insights into the team's preparation and determination to defend their title. Your commentary on this?
We would just like to wish the team all the best in today's match.
Definitely, as I said before we went on a break, it is one Zambia, one nation, one game, one people. Whatever it is that comes after this, and I believe and I trust that our women will not resort to violence. Regardless, I am proud of you. Amina is proud of you. ICU TV is proud of you, including our producer right now, Madam Miracle Chakoveba Msonda, is proud of you as you head to the game. And indeed, you have the entire nation on your shoulders.
Indeed. And this is the sad part where we come to the end of our show. But we had a good time, Mishek.
Definitely a good time, spanning from the Inchala ceremony to the president's reaction, the sports, the Matero Tower. Please, let's see to it that we do certain things as we are supposed to do. And please, let's just practice the Ubuntu aspect. It is one Zambia, one family, regardless of the tribes. Let's just be one people. You never know. what happens.
Indeed, you never know, and we hope you, our viewers, enjoyed today's Friday edition of the ICU TV Breakfast Show. Ensure to follow our Facebook page, that's ICU TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel, ICU TV as well.
And just before we let you go, so today Friday, a lot of people are frying. They're gonna fry. So as
Friday.
you fry tonight, please do it under control. We do not want, there is always life. I always say there is always life after the weekend.
Indeed, there is.
No should be a complete statement with regards to your money. The economy is, stabilizing, but please, let's not spend carelessly. Let's not drink carelessly. Let's drive responsibly. And as my colleague has said, feel free to reach out to ICU TV for collaborations, for stories, and follow and interact with us in our comment section.
And just before we go, we have a comment, and this is on the story of the Paramount Chief. So this is Rudo Mwanza. He says, Astangonis are trying to send a message to everyone else.
It's true. I mean,
indeed, they do.
Definitely. It's always people that, I love the fact that he's a proud Ngoni. It means he's a proud Zambian.
He is a proud citizen of the country. This is the part we get to say our goodbyes.
And I'm sure you've seen that from my end. I don't even want to say goodbye because I love being with you.
And of course, I've been your host, Amina Mutambo.
I am Misha Kinjakwa Edgars, and next week you'll be able to see the usual face, my boss, Mr. Eric Malwa.
And a special shout out to Hagai Kasalu. A happy birthday to you, Mr. Hagai.
Happy birthday, sir. Many more years. I think I owe you a bottle of water.
Please look out for him. From me and Meshach,
it is
bye-bye.